Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. The last 2 weeks I uploaded vlogs on here. I've been to Jeju and to Gyeongju. I think the Jeju vlog was really fun. As for the Gyeongju vlog, it was more of a spontaneous thing, so it's a little shorter, but you should definitely check both of them out. They're really relaxing. They were highly requested by some of you guys, so I hope you enjoyed them. Go check them out. As for today, we're gonna do a get ready with me. I'm getting ready for a business meeting in Seoul, so let's jump right into it. I always use the Jung Saemmool cushion ever since I've taken a makeup class at their beauty school, but now it's almost empty. Right now when I press here, nothing comes out. So what I have to do is I take out this whole sponge. I hold it on my face and then I press on it. This is the technique I'm using right now because I'm not wasteful, okay? I want to get every drop of product out of this before I toss it away. So I was thinking while I'm getting ready, I could catch up with you guys a little. I've done Q&As and all that, but I think I haven't really talked about what I've been up to in the last month or two. I think the last update was my mental crisis after all the Seoul Fashion Week fiasco. I mean, it wasn't really a fiasco, I was just a wreck, I guess. But that's also because I keep constantly overworking myself. Let's try to keep it structured here though. No, I wrote down mental health as point 1. This is not gonna be a therapy session again. I'm gonna keep it lighthearted. So basically, I think it was a month ago, I called my sister. My sister is actually a psychiatrist. Well, one of my sisters, I have 4 sisters. So one of them is a psychiatrist, and I try not to have her work or use her as my therapist. But last time we were on the phone, we were having a really fun conversation, and then I told her, kind of in a by the way type of way, I told her that I was going through a hard time. And when I told her that, she asked me if I still go to dance classes though. I started taking dance classes, I think in May or June, maybe even July. I was going 3 times a week. And when she asked me if I still go to dance classes, I realized no, I stopped going. I had stopped going to dance classes around 1 month before that conversation with my sister. And the time I stopped going to dance classes perfectly aligned with the time that my mental health went down like really bad. Then I realized, oh yeah, that kind of makes sense because I was taking on so much work and I was taking on so much stress. And if you take on that much stress and that much work, then you need an outlet, right? Working out is an outlet, or anything you enjoy doing is an outlet, whether it be reading or drawing or painting. It will be something different for everyone. So she suggested that I should try going back to taking dance classes, which I did, and it definitely helped me. It's a good outlet. I think I'm actually pretty bad at dancing, but I don't go there to impress anybody. I just go there to have fun, and I think that's why it's so good for my mental health, because I can do something for my body's health while also having fun, no pressure at all. I uploaded a video once where I kind of made fun of how funny I looked while I was dancing. Around a week ago, I uploaded like a 3-second clip of me dancing. So it basically shows my 4-month progress. People were so nice and hyping me up and were like, girl, you devoured this. Like, girl, you're such a good dancer now. I was like, wow, you guys are so kind. Everybody was saying that they can see that I'm improving and all that. I'm just thinking to myself, look, I cut out the only 3 seconds that kind of looked good. I appreciate the compliments, but let's stay realistic here. I'm using my free lip pudding now. I broke the lid. No, I didn't break the lid, okay? My cat broke the lid. You know what cats always do? Like if this is the table and this is any object, he'll just push it down. Bongu is his name. Bongu keeps doing that. He keeps pushing my products down. He pushes everything down. I cannot find any of my hair ties because of Bongu. He also hides all of my lip products. Like at this point I have so many lip balms and lip oils opened because I just cannot find them. I don't know where he hides them. I actually wanted to talk about Bongu when I'm doing my eye makeup, but now that he already came up, I don't think I need to postpone it. So let's just talk about Bongu now. I took in Bongu 3 months ago. Has it already been 3 months? I think it has. That's wow. Well, yeah, I've taken him in 3 months ago together with my boyfriend. It's been a struggle. I don't think I've ever talked about him in detail. Like, I mentioned the silly things he does here and there, but I've never really talked about how it really was taking a stray cat in. Basically, we kept seeing him outside. We fed him every time we saw him. I think he started liking us, but then my boyfriend and I decided to take him in. We were insanely unprepared. I know a lot of animal lovers are very outspoken if you do something wrong, mostly well-intentioned, but anyway. So we took a blanket-ish towel kind of thing and went outside, found Bongu. He was just hanging out. My boyfriend tried to hug Bongu with the blanket. He didn't get the blanket around Bongu that well, so I took over. But of course, that kind of startled Bongu, so he bit both of us. He bit through my nail, so I had a hole in my nail. Understandable that he did that. Fast forward, we took him in. We got him everything a cat needs. In the beginning, it took him a while to get adjusted to us. I thought that he's a really shy little male cat who holds back and doesn't eat that much food and is like really sweet. I was wrong. He's a lot actually. I think the first month of having Bongu was really intense, both for me and my boyfriend. It was a lot to handle mentally as well, because in the very beginning, Bongu would only come out if we were outside. It was such a big change for him from outside to suddenly living inside with 2 humans. We always had to give him a lot of space and establish trust, and it took a lot of patience, but luckily he adapted. He's a very energetic boy now. If you have a cat, I actually might need tips because he keeps tackling me and he keeps like attacking my arms for fun. Like, he's not angry at me, he's just playing. I could be doing things on my laptop, working, and he'll suddenly jump me from nowhere and like start biting and wrestling. And I'm like, Bongo, please stop. And I take him and I put him somewhere, and then he comes running back and starts biting me and kicking me. He doesn't really do that to my boyfriend though. Maybe I taught him something wrong. The problem is if I ignore him when he attacks me, he just keeps going. Like, he doesn't stop. For some reason, he only does it when my boyfriend's not there. I love Bongo though. He's so cute. He makes me really happy. Oh, this is nice. Finally, I can talk about my cat and nobody can stop me. I'm using the Jung Saemmool contouring kit, both for contouring but also like as an eyeshadow and to overline my lips a little. One of my sisters was in Korea for, I think, 3 weeks or even longer. She was here for almost a month. It was so nice having my sister here for such a long time. The only thing I kind of regret is not fully taking the time off for the duration she was here, or at least like some of it. I think I should have prepared better in advance because I took in a lot of work that I had to do and complete during the time she was here. Because before she came, I told myself that I would just get up really early, like before she gets up, and then finish all the work. And then after she gets up, I would like spend time with her and have breakfast together and spend quality time together. And then in the evening after she goes to sleep, I would work again. But I totally miscalculated that I would need sleep. So that was really intense for me. So I think next time someone out of my family visits me, I'm gonna plan ahead better. So for all projects that are due during their visits, I'm going to finish them before they come. And then for anything related to my company, I'm going to make sure that there's someone who can take care of it while I'm not available. I'm gonna use the Fui blush again, just for my lips. I like using the same product on my cheeks and my lips because it gives you some harmony, just by using the same colors. I don't want to go too heavy with my makeup look. I don't think I go that heavy anyway, but just for today, because I do have a meeting later, I want to keep it quite simple. I got a huge pimple here because Bongo licked my face. So I think I have to like color correct that a little bit. This is my color correction kit, also from Saemmool. I really love their products. Color correct my eye bags. For the eye bags, I'm mixing this nude color together with red and orange. The best thing is to also mix some of your foundation in there just to get it your shade and undertone. But as you know, my foundation is dry. I'm just gonna pat it out here a little, just using a really thin layer. And then for the pimple, I'm using the nude color again. I mix it with blue and green. The curse of having a cat is that you always have hair stuck to your face. I usually don't mind if you can see my spots a little, but this one is pretty huge. If I would do this to all of my spots, it would take hours. I'm using my glint highlighter as an eyeshadow. Oh yeah, there's this story I wanted to tell you guys. I almost forgot about it. This might be one of the craziest things actually that's ever happened to me. I went to Jeju with my sister, and when we came back from Jeju Island, we landed at Gimpo Airport and it was pretty late, so we wanted to grab a taxi. And because I never trust taxi drivers, I usually call taxis with the Kakao Taxi app because it gives you a rough estimate of how much it should cost. And it usually doesn't really differ that much from it. So I called a taxi through Kakao Taxi and my taxi call got accepted. So we went to the designated taxi spot because we figured that's where the taxi driver would be waiting, but I couldn't see a taxi with his license plate number. So we were looking and trying to find him, and then the taxi driver called me. He already sounded like pretty mad, I guess because it was taking a while to find him, but I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt and thought to myself, oh, maybe this is just the way he speaks. He's not actually mad. He was. So he was like, where are you? And I told him we're at the designated taxi spot. And then he was like, that's not where you have to wait. You have to wait over there. Like, of course in Korean, but whatever. So I was like, oh, okay, we'll go there. We hung up. And then my sister and I went to where he said we should go, but he wasn't there. So I was like, well, great. He's gonna get really angry again. So he calls again. And then he's like, where are you? So I'm like, we went to this spot that you said we should go to. He was like, no, you have to wait at the designated taxi spot. It's like, boy, if you don't stop. We were at the taxi spot. Why are you? Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna argue. He probably had a long day. He's just tired. Let's not interpret too much into his very, very angry tone. At one point we found him and I was carrying our luggage and the handle was like this, right? Because I'm carrying it. And then the taxi driver comes and he's like, oh, you didn't even put the handle inside. Like, wah! And he was like, I don't like a grizzly bear or something. I was like, wow, like, why are you so angry? He was really rude. Like his language, like the way he spoke in Korean, it was very, very rude and he was really angry and loud. He grabbed my luggage and he put the handle in by force. And then I was like, okay, so this confirms that I did not imagine things when he was being really angry on the phone. This man is very upset. I don't feel safe and I don't feel comfortable. I asked him, why are you being rude? And then he was kind of taken aback. He was like, what? I was like, why are you being rude? He's like, huh? Like, why are you being rude is what I asked. He's like, oh, I'm not being rude. And then he's like trying to take my luggage and put it in the trunk. I'm like, no, let's leave this here. I'm canceling the taxi. So I opened the taxi app on my phone and he was like, you're canceling? I'm like, yeah, I'm canceling. Are you insane? Like, you cannot be rude and then almost cry because I'm canceling. I canceled the taxi and then my sister and I, we were walking away and wanted to find another taxi, of course. I wish that was the end of the story. It's not. we're in this taxi area, so there are a lot of taxi drivers. So another taxi driver, he's like in the driver's seat already. He rolls down the window and he's like, I'll drive you guys, like get in. I was like, okay, cool. I'll just put our luggage in the trunk. Taking the luggage and walking towards his trunk when two other men approach us. They approached me right when I was like behind the trunk. So I thought, oh, do they like want to help me? Are they like his helpers or something? So I asked them, I'm gonna get in this taxi. Are you like with him? And then they were like, no, we'll drive you wherever you have to go. So they were basically trying to steal this new taxi driver's clients. This taxi driver, he was already in the driver's seat, but he opened the door and he came out and he started yelling at those two men. He was like, how dare you try to take away my clients? It was a screaming fight. I wish I was lying, but this is actually true. They were yelling at each other and like cursing at each other. I'm like, what is this even? So I took the luggage. My sister's also with me and we just left. Because there's no way we're gonna get in the taxi of insane people. So we're walking away. And then the taxi driver, the one who got out of his driver's seat and started screaming, we could hear on the back as we were leaving how he got more and more angry because now he lost his paying customers because of these two men. And he started cursing at them and yelling, and all taxi drivers like in front of the airport heard it, and everyone was like, why are those dudes fighting? And like everyone was like so confused, and I was crying. And I was like, well, why do I have to go through this? It's 11 p.m. I just want to go home. I was so tired, and then I was crying, and my sister was comforting me, and we were thinking about how we were gonna get home. And then another taxi driver came. I was like, please, not again. I cannot take this anymore. But this guy was kind, I think. Yeah, he was kind. He was like, okay, I'll drive you guys. And I was like, I'm sorry that I'm crying. It's just like, why are these men so loud and why are they so rude and screaming? It must have been funny from the outside. And then he drove us home. Actually, I'm a bit confused about this part. So he was driving us home. He wasn't taking the fastest way that the map was showing me, but I thought, oh, maybe he's taking traffic into account or whatever. But the meter kept going up and up and up, and the price was getting so high, like way higher than what it would have been with Kakao Taxi. I was a little bit confused, and then when we started being quite close, I told the taxi driver, I was like, sir, can we get out here instead? He's like, what? Why? I'm driving you guys home. I was like, it's so pricey. It's so much pricier than I had anticipated. Can we please get out here and we'll just walk the rest? I wasn't accusing him of scamming or anything, and I don't think he was scamming us. I think there were just a lot of night fees or things like that didn't show on Kakao app maybe. After I insisted for a second time that I want to get off here, he was like, okay, wait a second. So he ended the meter thingy and we paid. And then he was like, okay, you paid now. I'm still driving you home. I was like, what? So he let us pay and then he still drove us home for free. Like it was only like 2 minutes or whatever. I don't know why I even wanted to get off like 2 minutes earlier. I was just really tired and sad. I don't know. Sometimes I'm not really rational. He was a kind man, I think. Oh, it's probably this that I now remember. He explained that the taxi fee rises significantly after 11 p.m. And I checked the taxi app short before 11 p.m. But then we had like the argument with that one taxi driver and then with the other taxi driver. By the time we took the new taxi, it was already after 11 p.m. So that kind of explains the price. So next time I call a taxi, I think I'm going to check the time a bit better and try to call it before 11 p.m. I wish there was a function to like call a female taxi driver. That would be really cool. I'm so used to having male taxi drivers that it really surprises me when I have a female taxi driver. For instance, I think I had like one female taxi driver ever in my life. Did you guys ever have a female taxi driver? Because this is not just a Korea thing. I've also never seen female taxi drivers in Switzerland or any other country I visited, actually. I used the Maybelline Eye Studio Lasting Drama Gel Eyeliner, and now I'm using the AOU All Day Mascara. Wrapping up with my lip gloss from Fui. My throat hurts from trying to copy those men's voices, and it didn't even sound remotely similar. You know, I should really get my license. I don't have a driver's license. I think I need a bit more blush. I think bangs are so cute, but there's always a 50-50% chance that either they look super cute or they look ridiculous. Because I'm quickly gonna get dressed and straighten my bangs again, and I'll be right back. So this is the outfit I'm going to wear. Just long flared jeans, black top. Did you know that people apparently take you more seriously if you're wearing black? Like, it's an unconscious thing. So as a woman, I always try to wear black during business meetings to get taken more seriously, because it's also an unconscious thing that people take you more seriously if you have a deep voice, but mine is really high. So I'm just trying to do at least those things that I can control for being taken more serious during meetings. Tying my hair is also part of that, by the way. But this business meeting, it's more like a casual meeting. It's not a wearing a suit type of meeting. Okay guys, this is the look. I have to go to my meeting now. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please do really comment something, because your support means a lot, and it really helps if you comment something nice below. If you do so, I really love you, and I will see you guys next week. Bye bye!